Hey everyone, welcome to Stratele Studios. I'm Jeff Castanon. Welcome to another No Pause video reaction and analysis. And we have the lovely Sarah Georges with me today to experience this, I'm sure to be hilarious, piece of music from Peter Schickele, who is P.D.Q.Bach basically. And the name of this video, this piece of music is S150 Oedipus Tex, Dramatic Oratorio for soprano, alto, tenor, bass, SATB choir, and orchestra. That's a mouthful, folks. And there's really no video for this, so we're going to listen to the audio, and we'll put our friend right here so you can see him. And you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
Pull.
Shooting pull.
Mm-hmm.
This is the law offices of Hambert, Rendricks, and Loss. Mr. Hambert has been disbarred, and Mr. Rendricks is temporarily on the lam. But if you'd like to leave a message for Mr. Loss, begin talking after the beep.
Hello, Mr. Loss. This is Professor Schickele, the guy who wants to sue the American Musicological Junta to get them to reinstate me. Well, I finally obtained a list of the charges against me, the things that led them to expel me, and it seems to me that I can easily defend myself on all four of these counts. Let's see, the first one accuses me of commercializing art. Now, this concerns a decision that I had absolutely nothing to do with and that I was completely powerless to prevent. I know that a lot of performing arts organizations are in dire financial straits these days, but I agree 100% with the AMJ that the idea of selling commercial time in the middle of a musical composition is utterly abhorrent. But like I say, there was nothing I could do about it, and I felt that I had to do whatever was necessary to get the piece in front of the public. Because I think that anybody who has heard this work will agree that whatever its merits are musically wise speaking, it's an extremely important work historically wise speaking. I don't think anyone, and I'm including the biggies here, Haydn, Mozart, whoever, I don't think anyone has created a more revealing portrait of the town of Thebes Gulch, Texas, than P.D.Q.Bach did in his dramatic oratorio, Oedipus Tex.
wound down, we'll be proceeding with our story, of which the moral is: anybody who thinks he has it made in the shade, who thinks he knows it all, he's headed for a fall. Sooner or later he's going to have to take his lumps. And speaking of lumps, here comes our protagonist.
Howdy there, I'm Oedipus Tex. You may have heard of my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But my friends just call me Ed. I had some trouble coming into town. There are things a man cannot take lying down. I was riding through the gulch, which ain't too big, when I met some fellers in a double rig. They said, "Step aside," and I said, "How about you? Ain't no one tells this cowboy what to do." So me, I wouldn't budge, and they just sat until I shot 'em all, and that was that. Well, howdy there, I'm Oedipus Tex. You may have heard of my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But my friends just call me Ed. When I came unto this town, there was a Bigfoot hanging round. He'd hit you with a riddle, and here's the deal. If you didn't get it right, you were his meal. So I went out and found him at his spot, and I said, "Okay, Bigfoot, give me your best shot. What starts out on 4 legs, then goes round on 2, and finally walks on 3 before it's through?" "Well, a baby, then a man," I said, "that's plain. And finally an old geezer with his cane." Now, Bigfoot, all he did was kind of wince. And you better believe he ain't been heard from since. Well, howdy there, I'm Oedipus Tex, I'm a hero. You may have heard of my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. You heard me, but my friends just call me Ed. Oft at night, when the coyotes are calling my name, makes me wonder if it's time to travel on. Oft at night, when the moon is a-shining, I wonder if my heart is saying, "Saddle up at dawn." Lately, seems like my thoughts turn to ladies. Now please don't get me wrong, I love my pony best of all. But oft at night, when the coyotes are whining, the moon is a-shining, But you know, I kind of like this town. I think I'll find me a woman to settle down. Good folks and plenty of space. Besides, it's nice to be in a place where everybody knows old Oedipus Tex, the brother of the legendary Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But you know, my friends just call me Ed. Well, you know me, I'm Oedipus Tex. I'm just as ornery as my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But you know, my friends just call me Ed. Well, howdy, 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 I'm Oedipus Tex. Someday I'd kind of like to know whatever happened to my older brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus, 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 that's what I say. But my friends just call me Ed.
And it wasn't long before he found the woman of his dreams. Her name was Billy Jocasta, the queen of the rodeo.
My heart is a hound, and he's baying at you. Don't chase him away. Let him in, let him stay. And I know he will always be true.
She's laying for you. Don't shoo her away. Let her roost, let her stay. And I know you will never be blue.
I couldn't blame you if you said you hated me, Billy Joe, seeing as how I shot your husband and all. But, well, the way I look at it, he was too old for you anyway. You need a young man's love. And I do love you, BJ. I honestly love you. My heart is a bull, and he's charging at you. Oh, don't step aside. Do not run, do not hide. 'Cause I know he's the right bull for you.
A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, Ed. And the way I figure it, if you hadn't have killed him, he probably would have died of something else eventually anyway. I love you, Ed. I honestly love you. I really do love you. No kidding. I love you lots and lots. Why, I love you so much.
Honey, we gotta sing here.
Our hearts are a team, and they've only begun. There's so far to go.
But there's one thing we know,
And it's two hearts are better than one. Oh, I love you, Billy Joe.
I love you, Ed.
I honestly love you.
But there was a fly in the ointment. The town was plagued with plague. Everywhere you looked, people were dropping like flies. So right after they got back from their honeymoon, they went to see Madame Peep, a shepherdess who did some fortune-telling on the side, among other things. And they asked her why the town was plagued with plague, and she told them they didn't really want to know. And Oedipus said, "Tell me anyway." And Madame Peep said, "You asked for it."
You murdered your father, you married your mother, you rascal. You're my kind of guy. Your aunt is your sister, your uncle's your brother, you rascal. You're my kind of guy. When you were a baby, they tried to persuade me to take you and leave you to die. I just couldn't do it. I tried, but I blew it. Let's face it, you're my kind of guy. The goods are ticked off, and now someone must pay. The goods are ticked off, and now someone must pay. The plague on this town will be hanging around till you leave here. Now don't ask me why. So if you vamoose, you will turn us folks loose, and you'll always be my kind of guy. The goods are ticked off, and now someone must pay. Away. The goods are ticked off, and now someone must pay. The things you have done, well, they must have been fun. You're a rascal. You're my kind of guy. But someone must suffer, and listen here, Buster, you know that. It ain't gonna be
When Billy Joe heard this news, she wasn't too pleased. She went back to the ranch and got herself some rope and flung it over the branch of her favorite tree. And as she tied a hangman's knot, she sang this little ditty.
goodbye, cruel world. I love you. There's nothing you can do to me that hasn't already been done. Goodbye, cruel world. You got it in for me because I'm royalty. But queens are just like anyone else. Queens are just like anyone else. You know, queens just want to have fun. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. The time has come to settle the score. Goodbye, cruel world. Your fun is over now. But now the time has come. But now the time has come to tell you. I found myself someone new.
Triplet, vibrato. Vibrato is a triplet.
When Oedipus heard what she had done, he was really nonplussed. He didn't hardly know what to do with himself, and rushing to her side in a fit of grief, he took the rhinestone barrettes from her hair and put out both his eyes. And as soon as he had put out both his eyes, he kind of wished he hadn't. And he cried out to anyone who would listen.
My eyes! My eyes! Now, what am I gonna do for eyes?
That's so good.
Don't love your mother, partner, save it for your horse. I guarantee you will be filled with great remorse. If you give your mom the love you should be saving for your horse, save it for your horse. You've got to save it for your horse. Don't be a prisoner of remorse. Take it off and save it for your horse. Save it for your horse. You've got to save it for your horse. Don't be a prisoner of remorse. Take it off and save it for your horse. Save it for your horse. You've got to save it for your horse. Don't be a prisoner of remorse. Take it off and save it for your horse.
Save it for your, save it for your, save it for your horse. Do yourself a favor, partner, save it for your horse. Do not let yourself become a prisoner of remorse. Take it off and save it, save it, save it, save it, save it for your horse. I'm telling you, save it, save it, save it for your horse.
That's it. What a production that was. What strikes you the most about this?
Okay. First of all, I just want to say that I wish that I could see the actual performance because I bet it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see what those instruments are because like the horn.
Yeah, was that
like it's probably
mouth?
something that it was probably like a found object instrument
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like that they
Yeah.
made or something. Because that's what he's done in the past is
Yeah.
he's known for using just
Yeah.
like pasta,
Garden hose.
pasta, manicotti.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Bicycle pump, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it started off, there was that horn part that was really off, and
Yeah.
I was like, was that like? I didn't know if it was like a man's voice or something, but you might be right about that. It could be like a found object or something. But what it was so amazing about this was the performance of the violins, the string section, because after he was singing that, you know, Oedipus Tex, that the violin, that section right there was so good. I mean, it was like, that's like, these are pro musicians playing.
Yeah.
And you know, all the orchestra backing up this fun, you know, idea is like, you know, this is the best of the best. These guys really know how to play. So that,
Yeah, and I mean, with the composer, he's it's all silly, but
Yeah.
he's a legit composer. and
exactly.
it's all parodies, like based off
Yes.
of, you know, the
Classical
thing that, yeah, classical things. I was
Yeah.
going to say the Jesu Joy of Man's
Yes.
Desire.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, and with the
Oh,
Dinah, won't you blow your horn? That,
Yeah.
you know, that other
Right.
tune on top of it. That's,
Right.
that's something that he's known for too. And
mhm,
like the
mhm.
repetition, like it wasn't straightforward. Jesu Joy of Man's Desire. It was like
He was repeating.
repeating little phrases.
That was so surprising, and I was thinking about for the musicians having to play it. You know, obviously they're reading it, but that piece of music is so ingrained in our head that it probably was a little bit challenging to actually play that version of it with those
Mhm.
repeats.
Right.
Because I was thinking how many times that that they probably screwed up, because you know, sometimes when you're reading you get a little lazy,
Uh-huh.
you know, and you don't read everything. Sometimes you're like, okay, I already know the lick. So you couldn't do that with this. You had to read, like you had to, or memorize the alternate version that he just, you know, gave them. But that was a lot of fun. Also, the man can't sing. I mean, that was like the most humorous part about it for me was hearing him trying to sing, which was so funny because when he's singing with the woman who's obviously seasoned, she was doing these little runs and stuff, and he was trying to do them with her too. You know, he was matching her, even though there was a little bit off. That was fun. But I would have liked, like you said, it would have been cool to actually see a performance of this. You know, but yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I have just, you know, become a fan of what he does and how he brings classical music to the masses and doesn't take himself too seriously and doesn't take the genre too seriously, because it can be a very stuffy thing with classical music and stuff like that. So yeah, that was fun. Oh man. All right. Well, that was a long one too, folks. If you're still with us, kudos to you, because that definitely was a longer one than usual. So we're expanding we're stretching your attention span a little bit more.
Do you know the story behind this P.D.Q.Bach name?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
So it's a character that he wrote based off of this. He's the 21st child of Johann Sebastian Bach that didn't really exist. You know, he's the last and forgotten child, and the PDQ is like pretty damned quick.
Pretty damn quick, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like kind of a play on, you know, because it was like, what are the other initials? There's like I can't remember. They're all like 3 initials for their names. So back then, you know, the kids, there was like, I can't remember their names, but yeah, they're like.
Wait, so I understand. Are you saying that Bach had children and his children were named with a 3-letter name? So this is why he chose the P.D.Q.Bach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew that PDQ stands for pretty damn quick. That's an old saying for some of you youngins out there. But so that's the origin of it. I never knew that's how that came about. Oh, how funny. That's awesome. Oh, Brian, thank you so much. And I had to bring Sarah in because I know that you enjoy her participation in these classical related things. And yeah, thanks again for making this request. That was a lot of fun. And yes, P.D.Q.Bach, man, great stuff. All right, well, check out the description for any links. And if you have a request you'd like to make, check out the description, and there's a little blurb about how to do that. And yeah, thank you, Sarah, for coming and doing this with me. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.